Boom. All right, what's up, you guys? It's Royce Jacob. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we got to talk about crypto-related equities. You guys, as anticipated, based upon Bitcoin's price action over this past weekend, this sector of the markets kicked off the week with an absolute bang. And considering investor sentiment is feeling very optimistic, we'll talk a little bit about Tesla in this video just to tie in how I think Tesla's price action will impact that of not only the EV sector, but of all growth sectors within the stock markets. And then Bitcoin just reached a new all-time high, guys. You guys, last week, Bitcoin broke to a new all-time high. We all know what goes down when Bitcoin is in blue sky territory. Granted, we have seen a little bit of a pullback over the past week, but now that we've broken a new all-time highs, the technicals are looking good. Of course, we will dive into the charts. I only see good times ahead, at least over the short to medium term, not only for the cryptocurrency sector, but for growth sectors, and most importantly, good times ahead for the Waves fam and hopefully our portfolios as well. All right, so let's get into it, you guys. As always, we'll quickly go over the topics we'll be discussing, and then we'll dive on in front of us. TradingView, you guys know the drill, where we will cover the following names today in this order, going down the watch list that you can see right here. Kicking it off with the king if we're talking Bitcoin related stocks. The majority of stocks that we will be covering today, the majority of these tickers are, of course, Bitcoin miners. We will kick it off with Coinbase, just because Coinbase is absolutely ripping right now, you guys. If you've been part of the newsletter portfolio, you know that I've been super bullish on Coinbase, so this feels good. And of course, Coinbase, in my opinion, probably one of the most valuable companies of the next generation, of this generation and the next generation. Okay, so Coinbase, very important company for the crypto space. We'll kick it off there after Bitcoin, and then after Coinbase, we will move on to the good old miners, kicking it off with the king and queen, Riot Blockchain first, or Riot, Marathon Digital Holdings, Mara, and then we'll close it out with bitfarms, and then btbt, which actually closed the day red. Super surprising, but there is a lot of hype around other miners, miners that have just IPO'd. Hut seeing a lot of love, which is okay, but again, you guys, I think once the hype fades and kind of and fundamentals come back into play to an extent, I still believe that a few of these miners, a lot of you guys know which ones I'm talking about, have a lot more potential than others, and will play some catch up in a big way. All right, so those are the names we're going to be covering on the charts to kick off the video. This is what I first want to look at before diving into any charts, though. We will read through this. I just mentioned this in yesterday's Sunday Stock Watch. So if you guys saw that, we will read the rest of the article. Anyway, Twitter and Square CEO Jack Dorsey says hyperinflation will happen soon in the US and the world. So of course, hyperinflation, we all know that inflation's here. Inflation has been here since the US started printing money, but hyperinflation is a very, very drastic word to use. And the fact that someone as respected and competent in the economic space, in the financial markets, this guy owns Square, Cash App, and he built Twitter. So this guy understands trends and he understands finance to a degree that most people don't, so you should put weight on his words. And the fact that he's saying this is obviously good for inflation hedge assets, the king of which is Bitcoin, the most absolutely scarce asset on this planet at its scale, and gold and silver, which are doing good too, but Bitcoin is definitely the fastest horse in that race. Okay, so we'll cover this. Just good macro news for pretty much everything that trades against the dollar, especially inflation hedges like Bitcoin. And as we dive into Riot and the miners and the charts, I actually want to check out this little video for you guys. So Riot is excited to pioneer an industrial scale immersion cooled feature. Stay tuned for more updates on our Bitcoin mining operations. They just released this, this afternoon at this time, about 2 hours ago at the time of recording. So super exciting. We'll quickly watch this 20-second video together prior to hopping into the Bitcoin miners, the first of which of course is Riot. And then we'll close it out on the charts with Riot Blockchain. But before we dive into this article, I want to read you guys the intro to the newsletter that I sent out this morning, because it kind of prefaces my thoughts as we kick off just a solid week across the board. And again, I'm not only excited for Bitcoin in the crypto sector, don't get me wrong, super excited, but for growth sectors of the market. Again, Tesla ripped today. That definitely made waves in the EV sector. So I'll just read through this. We will read through this little excerpt on Tesla. We'll dive into this and then just dive straight into the charts. All right, read through this first. Come on. There we go. Okay. I was like, no, I accidentally closed it out. It's, excuse me. It's Monday. It is a happy Monday at that team. Pretty much everything is running today. Everything was ripping. This is the most green I can recall seeing across the watch list in a long time. Bitcoin in the cryptocurrency space couldn't be looking stronger. Shout out to Link for leading the chart today. And obviously Coinbase and Bitcoin miners are thriving in the wake of these gains. Tesla is seeing double-digit percentage gains today and has officially broken beyond a $1 trillion market cap for the first time in its history. Insane. Congrats, Elon, you the man. Of course, this price action is making waves in the EV green energy sector as well. There's evidently a lot of optimism and excitement in the markets at the moment, and it'd be very surprising to me if this sentiment doesn't continue throughout the week. So again, kicking off the week strong, it's likely that this strength will have resounding effects throughout the remainder of this week and probably for weeks to come, just because of the next article that we're going to look at, or this first article, I guess, that we're going to look at. Thankfully, portfolio was well prepared for this, and I did my best to prepare it even for more sessions, prepare it even more for the sessions ahead. All right, so plug time, you guys. If you guys do want to know exactly how I'm trading, exactly how my personal portfolio is structured, exactly how I'm trading the stocks we're talking about today, the stocks in the EV sector, every call option, put option, stock position, cryptocurrency position in my personal portfolio, that is going to be the first link down below. That is going to be $15 a month or $40 for every 3 months. I forgot to bring up a little plug, but that's all right. First link down below, you guys. Along with that, you do receive this email newsletter, so I update the actual portfolio itself. That's in this link right here that I also include. Update that. It's a physical portfolio. Again, all my every position of my personal portfolio and the percentage or the percentage balance that it makes up within my portfolio. Update that once again every single morning during market hours, and then I send out one of these bad boys and then throw some charts in the part 2 of the newsletter with some price targets, etc. So again, means a lot if you guys check that out. Do my best to make that worth your money. Exciting times ahead. The holidays are the best time of year. So again, means a lot if you guys check that out. First link down below. If not, no worries at all. Let's read over Tesla, hop into this article, and hop into the charts. All right. Tesla, last but definitely not least, the leader of the equity markets today, and also the biggest news in the financial world, hands down, Tesla. Tesla jumped 15% at one point during the trading day following news that Hertz put in an order of 100,000 Model 3s for its rental fleet. It's absolutely insane to see an $850 billion company, now $1 trillion of course, jump 15%. But this is great news, and hey, this market environment is objectively insane. We all know in this retail flooded, this just crazy world that we're living in right now, the craziest market, but also the most fun market to play in. And again, I haven't been in this game for a long time, like 7 or 8 years, but this is definitely the most exciting market environment overall that I've ever seen, and likely will see for a very long time. Tesla is in blue sky territory now, and I don't have any opinion here on price, but, and again, this is how it ties into cryptocurrency and stuff, but the fact that Elon's the richest man in the world as of today, and by far, he just blew out Bezos, is a great testament to the fact that some of our favorite names across the market will likely have an amazing holiday season as well. So again, the fact that Tesla, the king of hyper growth stocks, again, this led the rally we saw in EVs today as well, EVs green energy. The fact that there's this much hype now around growth, the fact that a lot of big tech is reporting earnings this week, Apple, Amazon. Apple's probably going to crush, but players like Facebook, Twitter, Google, who heavily rely on ad revenue for their overall revenue, are probably not going to do good because Snap just kind of crapped the bed last week. So, yeah, those three probably won't do good. Capital will likely flow out of some of those tech players and probably into more risk on, more exciting players in the market that show more upside. At least that's usually what you see when things like that happen. All right, so very good news for risk assets. Let's cover this and then dive into the charts. All right, so Twitter and Square CEO Jack Dorsey once again talking about hyperinflation. Key points. Twitter co-founder and crypto advocate Jack Dorsey weighed in Friday on escalating inflation in the U.S., saying things are going to get considerably worse. Quote, "It will happen in the U.S. soon, and so the world," he tweeted. Twitter co-founder Jack Dorsey weighed in on the escalating inflation in the U.S., saying things are going to get considerably worse. Hyperinflation is going to change everything, Dorsey tweeted Friday night. It's happening. So there's a tweet right there. The tweet comes with consumer price inflation running near a 30-year high in the U.S. and growing concern that the problem could be worse than policymakers have anticipated. On Friday, Federal Reserve Chairman J.P. Jerome Powell acknowledged that inflation pressures, quote, "are likely to last longer than previously expected," noting they could run well into next year. So again, you guys, we've all known that inflation is here. Everything's getting pricier. Supply chain issues are arguably one of the largest drivers behind this hyperinflation that we're seeing. Inflation obviously would be here. The money printing and the lack of economic productivity kind of level each other out. But the fact that supply chains are so backed up is a very, the fact that labor is scarce right now, those are the primary reasons that we're seeing hyperinflation. Okay, so inflation would probably be here, but again, those two issues are, in my opinion at least, what are causing hyperinflation in the markets. And again, Jack Dorsey, way smarter guy than me, way smarter guy than a lot of people, especially when it comes to trends and finance. So again, his words hold weight. This is kind of weird right here. Yep, we live with this built in our mental models. In Nigeria, inflation is currently 16%. So what I don't like about when people reference hyperinflation, like in what happened, like in Nigeria, in other places, in Venezuela, in Greece. The thing about that is that the reason you can't compare those scenarios to the U.S. is because the U.S. dollar is the global reserve currency, and it has been for a long time. Those nations, I mean, probably very nice places, do not provide that much value to the world in terms of economic output. The U.S. is the primary economic driver of the entire world. We have the largest GDP by far. Those countries, although large, are not the global reserve currency and do not provide nearly as much value to the world, which pretty much dictates the strength of your currency, right? So again, don't really like that argument, but the fact that Jack's, I think he's just kind of playing into it again. Big Bitcoin guy, huge Bitcoin guy, but yeah, still, it's one thing to call for faster inflation, but it may be surprising to some that Dorsey would use the word hyperinflation, a condition of rapidly rising prices that can ruin currencies and bring down the whole economies. So again, Jack Dorsey, just looking at him, how he's progressed over the past few years, getting a little bit, looking a little anarchist, looking a little Bitcoin evangelisty, which he is, and that's okay, whatever, to each their own. I don't really care. I'm in it for the money personally. But anyway, this is his thoughts. And again, he's a very respected, very reputable man, and you should put weight on his words. And the fact that he's saying this definitely made waves in the financial markets. Faux show. Okay, so that's that, you guys. As we dive into the charts, please give the video a like. If you guys are watching this right now, if you guys are excited for the weeks ahead, for the days, for the weeks, for the holiday season, please give the video a like. If you're trading any of these, please give the video a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. For some reason, that button's still red. Turn that red button gray if you want to catch more content like this. Super exciting times, you guys. Again, I'm making 2 videos today. You know what? I'm making 2 videos a day. I'm excited to talk about things. So, again, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. That means a lot as well. And let me know in the comments down below which miner is currently your favorite, or which, if you held Tesla today and you are bagging up. So, either way, you guys, I'm assuming if you're watching this video, you are eating good. We're kicking off the morning, the week strong. Probably going to kick off the month of November strong as well. So cheers to that, you guys, and let's dive into the charts. Okay, so Bitcoin right now, we're on the daily candles because I just kind of want to talk to you guys about my end of month price target. So early November price target, I guess. So Bitcoin right now set this new all-time high last week at, again, $67,000. Broke past an all-time high, just barely, but still broke it. Dipped down. I mean, a lot of times that's what happens. All-time highs are reached, profits are taken, and right now, all I'm seeing is a higher low set. We established this higher low based out here, setting a higher low on the current uptrend. It only makes sense to me. They'll probably break back into a couple of these ascending channels. This green line, these two green lines right here are a previous ascending channel for Bitcoin right here. These two purple lines are a short-term ascending channel that Bitcoin just broke below, and I think will reclaim. If these two trend lines, if these two trend lines, if we just happen to reach these two trend lines at the same time, again, this doesn't happen, it's just satisfying, so therefore I'm talking about 10 days out from today, or I guess 9 days out, November 3rd, that would take us to a $78,000 Bitcoin if these two trend lines intersect and Bitcoin happens to reach these trends at the same time. Again, is this guaranteed to happen? By no means. Do I think it's very possible that this happens? Yeah, this actually does. Looking at this chart right here, this doesn't seem out of the ordinary at all. So what happens there? We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Again, just subscribe to the channel. Probably going to be making Bitcoin crypto content pretty much every day. All right, Bitcoin, moving on to Coinbase. I'll just kind of breeze through these, you guys. So again, after Coin, we will check out this video for Riot if these freaking charts ever load, man. You guys, I would have better Wi-Fi down at the office, but the infrastructure literally doesn't allow it. I'm sorry. And it pisses me off more than it does you. At least I hope it does, because it... fuming, dude. Okay, so Coinbase, again, looking freaking beautiful right now, has reclaimed this previous ascending channel. I do think that maybe this central line of resistance will play a little bit of pressure, which would actually be over the coming days. So October 29th is the end of this week. That would actually take us to about $350 to perfectly test this trend line. So I do think we'll see a little bit of resistance there, but I also at the same time, just because everything, like Coinbase has everything on its side. They're releasing the NFT, the OpenSea competitor soon, the NFT marketplace. That's a huge deal, not only for, of course, Coinbase, but for the NFT market. So go check out the NFT video I posted this past weekend if you're interested at all. If not, that's chill. Volume's looking really good. 350 psychological even. But at the same time, I also believe that Coinbase can very, very easily come up to retest the all-time high it had when it first IPO'd back in April. That was at 430. If we can make it to 430 over the coming honestly, over the coming week or two, I'm feeling very confident this can happen. 33% of upside potential here. And that's, again, Coinbase sitting at a 70 billion, just sub $70 billion market cap is cheap. I think Coinbase is easily a $1 trillion company over the next 2 to 3 years. I mean, 5 years would be a little more conservative, but I think 2 to 3 years with the way everything's going, again, hyperinflation at play right now, I think it's very possible that we see a $1 trillion Coinbase market cap over the coming years. Okay, by 2025 even maybe. By 2025, I feel like it's a fairly safe call if I'm being honest. But again, just my opinion, guys. All this is just my opinion. That said, again, 33% of potential upside for coin. Let's move on to Riot. But take a little intermission too while that freaking loads. Play this guy. Let's take a look at this video, you guys. Turn the. Wait, not turn. Boop. Come on. Oh man, I don't even know if this thing's gonna load, honestly. Dude, why does the Wi-Fi suck so bad? There we go. I'm not sure how well you guys can hear this, but I'll just take a little break to watch this. So, I mean, you guys can just go watch this for yourself. Just Google it. But this looks sick, you guys. I'm loving how this is shaping up, and yeah, I love to see kind of the first miner I've ever invested in. I still hold shares from Riot from back in 2017 when it was like sub $1. So to see Riot come so far, that's a very sick intro as well. Even their logos and stuff, like the progress that this company's made from an operational, from just a company-wide perspective is very it's just so cool to see. Mara too, but Riot is truly the OG, which again, the further these two skew away from each other, the more bullish I become on players that aren't Mara, to be honest. Like bitfarms, I'm super bullish on right now. BTBT is actually looking a little rough if I'm being honest, but again, Mara is currently sitting, we'll see after this, but we'll take a look at market caps after this. But Mara is like almost twice the freaking size of Riot at this point, and that's insane. If you traded these stocks for like a year now, you would know. And again, maybe this will fade over time, maybe it fades over time, but we're in the game of trend spotting, you guys. And the trend over the past year or so has been saying that every time these two kind of fall apart, or one races ahead of the other, they tend to play catch up at some point or another. And the further Mara gets from Riot, the more bullish I become on Riot, okay? And that may seem counterintuitive. A lot of people are jumping on Mara. A lot of people are going for the safe play within the sector, which at this point in time is Mara, and that's why we're seeing it run so much. But again, I still think there's so much upside ahead for Riot. They're still making, I mean, the operational, if you guys understand like the hash rate of both companies, Mara has a bigger balance sheet, but I mean, from an operational perspective, from a balance sheet perspective, the valuations of these companies, Riot currently sitting at $2.8 billion, Mara sitting at just under $6 billion, I think, does not, it just doesn't justify the differential of market cap between the two. And that's my opinion, okay? So anyway, short-term Riot 4-hour stokes are about to curl up if Riot sees a green day tomorrow, which is pretty inevitable in my opinion. If Riot sees a green day, just again, higher highs, higher lows here. I think it's very likely that Riot comes up over the next day or two, at least like 12%, to come up and test the line of resistance here on Riot's long-term downtrend. Riot is like the only stock in the sector that has not yet broken this long-term downtrend. That'll take us to about $33 over the coming days. I do think once Riot breaks this downtrend, once Riot breaks this long-term line of resistance set on August 11th, then it's off to the moon. And honestly, I do think Riot's previous line of supports will come into play. Our previous support, new resistance right here, will come into play. I think that can come into play by mid-November. I do expect to see a $50+ Riot, which would represent a $65 to $70 price percentage increase. And yeah, less than a month out. So let's hope this plays out, because that would prove to be very lucrative. So that's Riot. You guys are very excited for Riot. Got to try to breeze through these bad boys. Mara is just looking freaking good. So Mara has once again just broken beyond this previous ascending channel. So Mara, again, long time ago, Mara from back, or I mean, this is a weirder trend, but Mara is just a way cleaner looking chart if I'm being honest. But also the reason, like Mara, we're scratching all-time highs again for Mara. Riot's all-time high is $80. If we go back to Riot, so Riot's all-time high is way back here at $80. So again, for so many reasons, I think Riot will definitely catch up to Mara to some extent, at least over time. I do think Riot will excel as opposed to Mara. Again, Mara is just at this point in time the largest player in the sector. What's Mara's market cap right now? So again, Riot just under $3 billion market cap. Mara sitting at a $5.5 billion market cap. So about 80% larger, 85% larger than Riot is right now. But again, it's a safe play. It's a solid play. I'm not doubting the fact that Mara can do well. I just see more upside potential for specifically Riot and Bitfarms, and we'll talk about Bitfarms right after this. But Mara, once again, breaking out of this ascending channel. Where is Mara going to go? If Mara just continues to just shred, I would not be surprised to see Mara come maybe up here. So end of the year, January 3rd, if things rip, I wouldn't be surprised to see a $100 Mara, if I'm being honest. Just taking this previous line of support on Mara's rally when it reached new all-time highs back in April. Again, support, bounce, resistance. Maybe this comes into play and we see like a solid little climb here as we close out the year, as we close out the holidays to just under $100. So again, if we see a $100 Mara, I wouldn't doubt the fact that we can see a $100 Riot as well. For Mara, that's under 2x at this point. For Riot, that's over 3x, okay? So that's how I'm kind of thinking of things in terms of risk-reward potential. Bitfarms, I think Bitfarms can easily reach double digits, easily, which is a 2x from here. Bitfarms has once again broken out. So again, last week, as we closed out the last week, it looked a little sus, but last week Bitfarms finally broke resistance over here, saw a little rally, came down, broke below it once again, actually broke its ascending channel, short-term ascending channel right here, following the long-term breakout of resistance. But right now, I do think Bitfarms closed the day just on top of this, only up 2.5% because so much love is going to other players like Hut and Cannon and stuff. But again, as things kind of rationalize a little bit, as hype, I don't know, maybe hype doesn't fade for those, and maybe those that keep running. But Bitfarms is a very obvious play. Bitfarms is a good company, very from an operational perspective, very competent as well, making good plays. Same as BitDigital. So again, I think it's only a matter of time before capital starts to switch hands within the sector. I think very easily by November 1st, Bitfarms can make its way up. It's in breakout mode. It's 4-hour Stokes. Stokes are curling to the upside, very bullish from a medium-term, short to medium-term time frame perspective. And I do think that Bitfarms will ultimately come up by the 1st of November to about to just under $7 to test the top side of resistance on this reclaimed ascending channel. That would take us to, once again, just under $7 by the beginning of the month, which represents actually from right here, which represents about 28% of price appreciation over the coming week or two. All right, so very exciting there. Everything's exciting, you guys. I keep saying that because it is. Let's close out with BTBT, and then I gotta go record a video talking about the new phase merger, which is freaking huge news, you guys. So BTBT, again, just looking super weird. This is what the heck? This is a very weird chart, you guys. But again, BitDigital is a very cool, is a sick company from an actual execution perspective. Go check out their website. I did make a solo analysis on them. Go check out that if you want to. Riot Blockchain as well. Just go check out some of those videos if you're not familiar with the specifics of these companies. But BitDigital focusing on green energy. Definitely love that. You guys know I'm heavily invested in the green energy space. So the fact that BitDigital is kind of a Bitcoin miner that is focusing heavily on green energy, which this video about Riot just represented as well, is very cool to me. And I think that this company, considering it's worth just under $550 million, like just over 550, I should say, 559 M, has so much upside potential, you guys. Is also just an operationally competent company that is scaling, and as Bitcoin goes up, it only makes sense that these stocks go up as well. So very excited about all the plays for the 20th time, and I hope you guys are as well. We are going to call the video there, you guys. Again, let me know in the comments down below which of the plays we talked about today you're most excited about. Again, about to record a phase video. Hope you guys are excited about that. And yeah, tomorrow I'll probably record a crypto video. So again, to wrap it up there, you guys, I'll see you downstairs in the comments. Until next time, as always, take action, make waves. Peace, fam.